And happy Sunday to you. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin here streaming the First Alert forecast on Atlanta News First Plus on this cloudy and soon-to-be damp Sunday. Again, we've had the clouds off and on all day. More recently, more on than off as we get into the late afternoon hours. Time now 4:39, and we are noticing the first few raindrops being detected as far as our area is concerned on First Alert radar. Before we get to that, I want to take you outside quickly. This is in Atlantic Station, top of the Atlantic building. This is kind of looking in a south and easterly direction. That's Midtown, of course, the other side of the connector. And then beyond that, you're looking in the general direction of maybe Decatur and Stockbridge, South DeKalb, Lithonia area, way there off in the distance. Clouds already moving into North Georgia. They have been since early this morning, really late last night. And more recently, we're starting to see a few sprinkles on First Alert radar. Rain is not amounting to much. In fact, some of this might not even be reaching the ground. Nonetheless, we are tracking the beginning stages of what is set to be a pretty wet 24 to 36 hour period. So rain is on the way. No big changes to the forecast. Again, I am First Alert Meteorologist Cutter Martin here to stream on Atlanta News First Plus. Got started just a couple minutes late this evening. Totally my bad. Apologize for the wait if you were waiting for the 4:30 stream. We do not have an early evening newscast this evening. Once again, we're preempted by sports on CBS, so we'll have our Atlanta News First Plus stream right now. I will be joined by Joy Lim Nakarin tonight at 8 p.m. for ANF Plus, and then we're on Peachtree TV, Atlanta CW, 10 o'clock newscast. Wet weather by then, and we'll continue to walk you through the forecast tonight into tomorrow morning as new data comes in. On YouTube, Atlanta News First is the account that we're streaming on. I want to remind you that's one of two places we can chat. You can get your weather questions answered. And Lord Footage just did the eyeball emoji. So I guess you're watching the stream. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for watching. Again, if you are watching locally or beyond, you can always ask your weather question. We're here to clarify, here to give you that forecast, even if it is outside the city of Atlanta. All right, I'm going to switch radar modes up just a little bit here. This other one is a little bit more high definition, let's say, and kind of does a better job of picking up where rain is actually falling, whereas the other one sometimes can be a little overzealous with that. Still a couple of showers moving to the far west metro. I think a greater chance of scattered rain by maybe 6 or 7 p.m. But yeah, we're already seeing some sprinkles work their way into North Georgia, metro Atlanta, out of East Alabama. Cleburne, Randolph counties already getting at least a few sprinkles. Carrollton, maybe just enough rain to use the wipers a couple times, and then, you're back to dry weather and just a cloudy sky. But certainly there is rain on the way. Switching radar back over to the mode that we were in earlier, all of that rain is headed into North Georgia, metro Atlanta, much of the southeast. It's already soaking the mid-south. So it's already on radar. We know it's coming in. We know it's going to rain. It's just a matter of timing. And it looks like late tonight into early tomorrow morning is when things are really going to get wet across the metro. Kind of a soaking rain where everyone sees rain. I would say wettest along and north of I-20, but pretty much everyone is going to be dealing with some rain here tonight into tomorrow morning. In fact, we can bring you deeper into the forecast here. I'm actually going to bring up a forecast model here in just a moment. And a reminder, computer models don't always get it exactly right, but tomorrow is a First Alert weather day. Widespread rain is in the forecast, and it's not just one computer model saying that. Pretty much all are in agreement that, what weather's on the way. And we're, like you can see here on First Alert radar, we're already tracking quite a bit of rain at the moment. All right, switching back over again, here is a computer model. You were just looking at actual radar where rain is actually falling. This forecast model, this is its idea of where rain will fall going forward. And it's running just a little bit behind schedule as far as the rain is concerned. That's one thing to note. It's just lagging a little bit there. We already have a couple spritzes, light rain showers on the west side. This forecast model was saying that wasn't going to happen until maybe 7 p.m. or so. So we're running just a bit ahead of schedule. It is still looking like rain becomes widespread by 9 to 10 in the city of Atlanta. We're going to go ahead and stick with that time frame. Moving in from the west to the east. And again, as we get into Monday morning, things are going to be very rainy. 3 o'clock in the morning, most of the area will have seen a few hours worth of rain by that point. And as you try to get going and out the door, here we are, 5 a.m., more rain is moving back in. The good news, though, Temperature's not bad. We were in the 30s again this morning. We were 30 flat yesterday morning. We were 24 degrees in the city of Atlanta Friday morning. Many spots, North Metro and up to the mountains, were in the upper teens. So we got the warm up. You don't need the heavy winter coat, but it comes with a price, and that price is wet weather out the door for the Monday morning commute. It is looking like everyone's going to be dealing with wet roadways, and in all likelihood, the commute will run a little slower than it normally does. So do keep that in mind on a first alert weather day Monday. That's the whole point, right? We're kind of highlighting the day as a day that has weather that in some way, shape, or form will throw a wrench in your plans. And for Monday, it's kind of a first half of the day peak rain chance and a slower morning commute that you'll be contending with, as well as making sure your students are remaining dry, their backpacks and all, as they head to school, because here we are, 6, 7, 8 a.m., widespread light to moderate rain, maybe some embedded heavier rain showers, a possibility through that 8 and the 9 o'clock hour. Temperatures up to that point in the 40s and lower 50s. Now by noon, again, still a first alert weather day, still kind of drizzly, still kind of damp, but rain is a little spottier. I think as we get into the afternoon, we'll actually get a little bit of a break. Temperatures North Metro and mountains mid to upper 50s. City of Atlanta on southward, I would say lower 60s. Then we're going to be battling a lot of gloom. Even when the rain subsides a little bit, there's going to be a lot of gloom up in the sky. Not a pretty Monday, but I think the real rain, the soaking rains, the puddle-making sort of rain showers and steady rain will be relatively early in the day with a bit of an afternoon break for the commuters and for maybe your students walking home. Right into school, that would be favored, but they should be able to walk home. It's going to be mostly dry, maybe just some drizzle out there through early evening. And then as we get into the later evening hours, rain tries to build back into North Georgia, but I think mainly down towards Macon, mainly down towards Middle Georgia as far as Monday evening and night is concerned. Opposite trend Tuesday morning. Again, here we are, 6 a.m. It's not completely dry Tuesday morning. It's warm out the door. Temperatures in the 50s and lower 60s. Once again, a notch warmer than even it will be tomorrow morning. But rain will be spotty. You know, Monday, first half of the day, wettest. Tuesday is the opposite, the second half of the day, afternoon, evening, and Tuesday night. That is when rain will be most widespread on our Tuesday. Again, if you're streaming now, no matter which platform you're on, there are two places where we can chat. Atlanta News First on YouTube. Already had some folks saying hey there. And again, if you are still streaming, Lord Footage is the avatar we're chatting with so far on YouTube. Feel free to give me a holler. Ask your other questions. And also you can text us, 470-777-WANF. That's 470-777-9263. And I'll be checking those threads, that collection of text messages. Also, you know, that's a number that you can send breaking news tips, photos, videos, whatever you're seeing, weather-wise or beyond, to the Atlanta News First team, both weather and, of course, news. And we'll be keeping an eye on that. And even after the stream ends, I'll check that thread, make sure I didn't miss any texts. So we're up through Tuesday morning, again, pretty quiet. Watch what happens as we get into Tuesday, late morning into the afternoon hours. Here we are at noon, 1 p.m. Widespread rain is back. It's mild, but widespread rain is certainly going to make the day a little bit less than perfect. So widespread rain returns Tuesday. This is our second first alert weather day, so do keep that in mind. More wet weather, another round of rain. Let's kind of narrow this down to 2 rounds. I know there could be spotty rain at almost any time, some drizzle at almost any time Monday, Tuesday. But round number 1, the real noticeable and impactful rain is mainly first half of our Monday. And then the second round is mainly the second half or the back half of the day, Tuesday. So here we are, 1 p.m. Tuesday afternoon, 2, 3, 4 p.m., more rain. So whereas the Monday morning commute's going to be a little slower with the rain, looks like the Tuesday evening commute is going to be a little slower with the rain. So not looking like the prettiest of Mondays nor Tuesdays. And then behind all of this, much colder weather returns to the first alert forecast. As far as rain totals are concerned, by the time we're wrapping this up, I know the graphic says totals next 7 days, and that is true, but we don't have any real rain in the forecast beyond Wednesday. So this is between tonight and the wee hours of Wednesday morning. I would say northwest metro into the city, widespread 1 to 2. Isolated higher, and then, of course, some could come out just under 1 inch of rain. And then further to the south and east, you know, Spalding County, Griffin, over to Conyers, Rockdale County, Covington, Newton-Walton counties, Putnam County down to Eatonton, Lake Sinclair and Oconee. We're looking at 2 to 4 inches of rain. Now, probably won't fall all at once, but it is wintertime. Grasses, trees, many things are dormant. They're not soaking up as much water. And the rain will be heavy at times. So we're in a setup here where some of this water could run off quickly, and we could be looking at some isolated, high water spots in some of our poorly drained roadways, your typical trouble spots. Can't totally rule out some collecting of water there, ponding of water, maybe some minor road flooding as we get into, especially Tuesday afternoon and evening with that round of rain. And we'll be keeping an eye on it in the First Alert Forecast Center. Right now, not too concerned about the risk of flooding, but again, isolated trouble spots a possibility. We do need a little rain at this point. It's been several days. We've had a freeze. Basically everything is now dead or dormant, very dry, low humidity, and actually we heard on the scanner a little bit earlier some chatter about some brush fires popping up. Again, setup is not really favorable for that, but it is something that happens this time of year, and it's rains like this to kind of help keep that risk at bay. And I want to remind you, tonight is a big night up in Sandy Springs. Also an opportunity to say hey and a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to the First Alert Weather team, the Atlanta News First team. We do have the Sparkle Parade tonight in the First Alert forecast. Looking pretty decent. Again, going to keep that rain chance very low, at least initially. And then you can see by the end of the parade, really after the parade is over, 9 p.m., that's when rain becomes widespread. But I would say even at 6 p.m., we could have a spritz or two. That rain chance about 10 to 20%. But shortly after the parade is over, set to finish around 6:45, as we get into that 8 and 9 o'clock hours, rain will become widespread, and temperatures will drop back into the upper 40s and lower 50s. So come on out, say hey before the rain moves in to the First Alert Weather team. We'll say hey back. We're handing out candy canes, again, saying Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody. I want to thank you, everyone, for streaming. Doesn't look like we have had any weather questions, comments, concerns come in, but a reminder that we're never more than a couple clicks away. There is an updated video in the First Alert Weather app. Also, that is posted at AtlantaNewsFirst.com. Just click on the First Alert Weather tab up top. And we will be streaming again at 8 p.m. on ANF Plus. By that point, probably tracking quite a bit more rain with Joy Lim Nakrin. And again, we'll continue to keep you updated on social media. You can find me, Cutter Martin, any platform, X, Threads, Facebook, Instagram, not just myself. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez, First Alert Meteorologist Ella Dorsey, Courtney Jacobazi, Patrick Pete, Rodney Harris should say, all here to keep you updated. So just shoot us a message, a comment, whatever you wish on social media, and we'll help clarify that forecast for you. Going to leave you with a cloudy look. So far, dry look, though. At Midtown Atlanta, rain is moving in, and by mid-evening, we're looking at widespread wet weather. First Alert Weather days, Monday, Tuesday, the impacts of rounds of rain could slow your drives, your plans, especially if they're outdoors. Wednesday, First Alert Weather day, a big drop in our temperature, adjusting the wardrobe once again after our Tuesday warm-up. And check that forecast on the go this evening in the First Alert Weather app.